All right, you are live. Share the screen. We got a new. We wearing the same shirt because I love this. Why not? Why not? But today we're talking about Avicii. I came across Avicii's song, or actually, I came across Mike Posner first, and Mike Posner talked about how he had this great success, how he had this great success with his first song, which was, I believe, "Cooler Than Me," something like that, and then he had this downturn where suddenly after getting Cooler Than Me, he was like, wait, I am trying to now create another hit because Than Me was such a big hit. I'm trying to create another hit. I'm using all the same formula, but it's not really working. What is happening? And that's when he goes into the downward spiral where he's not able to generate a hit, and then he's no more uh, called for work, he's no more popular, and he really loved the fame and everything. And then after a long, let's say, downward spiral, then he comes up with this song, I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool. And I think that's where I thought, like, okay, now I know the story of Mike Posner, but what's the story of Avicii? I have no idea. So let's see who Avicii is and what is his story. I definitely have heard his songs, but I don't know much about the artist. That is a beautiful view. That is a beautiful view. Tim Bergling, known professionally as Avicii, was a Swedish DJ, remixer, and record producer born on September 8, 1989. Oh, okay, okay. He tragically passed away on April 20, 2018 in Muscat, Oman at the age of 28. Hmm. His music career began in the early 2010s and he quickly rose to fame with his hit songs Levels and Wake Me Up, which became global sensations. He started mixing music in his bedroom at the age of 8, inspired by his brother, who was also a DJ. At 16, he began posting his remixes on electronic music forums, which led to his first record deal with Dej Fitz Plays in 2007. His early songs like Alcoholic and Bromance started garnering commercial attention, but it was Levels in 2011 that marked his breakthrough into the mainstream. So 2011 he gets into the mainstream, and by 2018 he tragically passes away. Hmm. Levels not only became a hit but also introduced Avicii to a broader audience, leading to opportunities like headlining the Ultra Music Festival in 2012. His debut studio album, True, blended electronic music with elements of multiple genres, receiving positive reviews and peaking in the top 10 in more than 15 countries. His music was known for its innovative approach, challenging the norms of popular music and moving EDM into new spaces. Collaborated with a wide range of artists, including Madonna, Coldplay, and David Guetta. Showcasing his versatility and appeal across different music genres. His song Wake Me Up was a global hit, reaching number one in several countries and began streaming over 1 billion times on Spotify. He was nominated for Grammys for his work, including Levels and his collaboration with David Guetta Sunshine. His career was marked by significant health issues, including stress. Hmm. His career was marked by significant health issues, including stress, anxiety, and physical ailments like appendi- appendicitis and gallbladder problems. He retired from touring. Oh, wow. Wow. So he toured so much. 2011 was his big breakthrough into the mainstream. And by 2016, 5 years later, he retired. 5 years. Wow. And how old was he? In in 2018, he was 28. Wow. So in 2011, when he break through into the mainstream, he was 21. First studio album 23, and he already retired from touring to focus on his health in 2016, stating in his documentary Avicii True Stories that he felt he would die if he continued performing live. He retired from touring to focus on his health, stating in his documentary that he felt he would die if he continued performing alive. Despite his untimely death, his music continues to resonate with fans worldwide, with his albums and singles still being celebrated. He was a philanthropist, donating millions to various charities, including the Swedish Red Cross, and establishing the Tim Bergling Foundation to support mental health awareness and suicide prevention. Hmm. His net worth at the time of his death was estimated to be around 85 million, largely due to his music career, successful albums, and business ventures. Hmm. Was described as a fragile soul by his family, struggling with thoughts about meaning, life, and happiness. Fragile soul by his family, struggling with thoughts about meaning, life, and happiness. His death was confirmed as a suicide due to self inflicted injuries with a broken wine bottle, leading to blood loss. He was buried on June 8, 2018, at the Swedish cemetery in Stockholm. Wow. Quotes by Avicii. Let's see. There's always haters, no matter what you are doing, whether they are complaining that everything you do sounds the same or it's too different. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. One day you will leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. Wait, that's a song, right? One day you will leave the behind, so in life you will remember. Na 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 na. Wait, this is cool. Life's a game made for every. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. We're gonna lose ourselves tonight in heaven. I mean, yeah, when you're a singer, your quotes are just your lyrics. Your whole life has been building up to this moment. Your whole life has been building up to this day. Every dream that moved you, every scar improved you, every voice around you tells you to be, believe. Your whole life has been building up to this moment. Your whole life has been building up to this day. Every dream that moved you, every scar improved you, every voice around you tells you to be, believe. I've always had a fascination with making your own music, but never have been skilled enough to play the instrument. So to be able to make music without the ability was awesome. Hmm. Never skilled enough to play the instrument. So to be able to make music without the ability was awesome. Hmm. He's talking about, yeah, how today we can just use AI. We just have taste. We just have taste that, hey, I know what a good music sounds like, but you don't know how to play a guitar. So you're like, what if I can just say to a computer, say to an AI that, hey, make music, make it softer, make it harder. Life's a game for everyone, and love is the prize. This quote from Wake Me Up encapsulates Avicii's view on life and the importance of love as the ultimate reward. One day you will leave this world behind, so you live a life you will remember. From the nights, this line encourages living life to the fullest and making memorable experiences. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. This quote from Wake Me Up reflects on the limitations of human capacity and the importance of accepting help. If there is love in this life, we are unstoppable. Belief in the power of love to overcome obstacles is evident in this quote. When I die, people will remember me for the life I lived, not for the money I made. Right? Right? That's very interesting. We don't care if we die with 85 million or 25 million or 105 million. Hmm. When I die, people will remember me for the life. But it's crazy that if these are the kind of thoughts that he had while he was making music. When I die, people will remember me for the life I lived, not for the money I made. Avicii's focus on the legacy of his life's experiences rather than material wealth. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. Uncertainty of life's path, but the importance of taking the first step. The mind fears the heart, but the heart doesn't mind. This quote from Trouble reflects on the internal conflict between logic and emotion. The mind fears the heart, but the heart doesn't mind. The mind fears the heart. Wait, this is really cool. This is really cool. The mind fears the heart, but the heart doesn't mind. This is so true. I have kept my word for whatever that's worth. I've kept my word, whatever that's worth. All my life I have been waiting for someone like you. You make me expresses the anticipation and joy of finding a significant other. All my life I have been waiting for someone like you. Why would I replace the sky? Why would I recreate the perfect blue? Why would I change? What would I change it to? The need to alter perfection and reflects the contentment with what it is. Quotes by other celebrities on Avicii. Let's see. Let's see what we find. Liam. Oh my god, truly devastated for Avicii. Very sad news. What a talent. Calvin Harris. Oh no, they're all talking about the last day. I would like to take a moment to pay tribute to the man who really opened my eyes as to what my productions could one day sound like. Genius and a music innovator. Imagine Dragons working with him was one of my favorite collaborative moments, far too young. The world was a happier and fuller place with his presence and art. Rita Ora. Remember how amazing it was to make Lonely together and it felt like just yesterday we were talking. You were a brilliant composer and a gentle spirit. Fond memories of creating music. Every generation has its icon and heroes who break convention to capture hearts and minds. Our friend Tim was one of those bright shining stars. Yeah, we want to know about Avicii's impact on the music industry. Yeah, it's actually true. Like nobody talks about everybody. Nobody talks about how much impact someone has until a significant event like this happens. What are the major events in the life of Avicii since his birth? Let's see. 89, born as Tim Bergling. 2007, signed it straight to 2007. Signed with a label, marking the beginning of his professional music career. Released Seek Romance, which achieved top 20 status in several countries, also signed with EMI Music Publishing. Released Levels, which launched him into mainstream superstardom, nominated for Grammy in 2013. Collaborated with David Guetta on Sunshine, which was nominated for a Grammy. Headlined Ultra Music Festival for the first time with Madonna opening his set. Madonna opening his set. Wow, that is crazy. 2013, released his debut studio album True, which included the hit single Wake Me Up. The album blended electronic music with multiple genres and received positive reviews. Wake Me Up became an international hit, setting records on Billboard's Dance Electronic Songs list. 2014, announced hospitalization due to health issues. Worked on 70 songs for his next album, Stories. Released Stories, a second studio album which included chart-topping singles like Waiting for Love. 2016, announced retirement from touring to focus on his health and music production. Released a six-track EP, Avicii '01. Performed his final show at Ibiza Beach Hotel. 2017, released Avicii, a documentary about his life and career. Tragically, he died while on a holiday in Muscat, Oman. His third and final album, Tim, was released. Wow, 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 wow. As an EP, Avicii, first album, Stories, second album, Stories. Wow, wow. It sounds like art. This entire story sounds like art. First album, True. Second album, Stories. Third album, Tim, was released posthumously in 2019, featuring hits like SOS and Heaven. His family established the foundation to raise awareness on mental health issues among young people. Hmm. What mental issues was Avicii facing? Multitude of mental health issues throughout his life. Anxiety. Struggled with anxiety from a young age. Struggled with anxiety from a young age, which was intensified by his career. He often felt overwhelmed by the demands of his job, leading to performance anxiety and a constant state of stress. Hmm. Depressions. His journals and personal accounts reveal that Avicii battled with depression, often feeling disconnected from the world around him and grappling with existential questions about life and happiness. Attempt to cope. with anxiety and depression led to substance abuse, including alcohol, marijuana, and opioids. His addiction to opioids, particularly Percocet, Percocet, was a significant issue, contributing to his mental health struggles. Percocet, I've heard about this. Yeah, this is bad. Like people actually rap about. They have this in their lyrics. They have this. They rap about this. Percocet, per, something like that. His addiction to opioids, pancreat, pancreatitis, and physical health. His excessive drinking led to acute pancreatitis, which caused him severe physical pain and required multiple hospital visits. Excessive drinking. This physical ailment further compounded his mental health issues. Existential crisis was described as a seeker who was constantly searching for meaning and happiness, which led to an existential crisis. He felt that the music industry's business machine was not suited for his sensitive nature. Hmm. He felt that the music industry's business machine was not suited for his sensitive nature. Survivor's guilt. His father, Class, mentioned experiencing survivor's guilt, indicating the profound impact. Survivor's guilt. What does that mean? Mentioned experiencing survivor's guilt, indicating the profound impact Avicii's struggles had on his family. Mental health treatment. Sought help through rehab, where he realized his substance use was a coping mechanism for his mental health issues. However, his recovery was fraught with challenges, including relapses and ongoing struggle with mental state. Hmm. In an attempt to find peace and clarity, Avicii turned to meditation, sometimes spending entire days in practice. This was part of his search for enlightenment and a way to manage his mental health. Tell me more. His journals and personal accounts reveal that Avicii battled with depression. His last journal entry, written the day before his suicide, reportedly reads, "The shedding of the soul is the last attachment before it restarts." This entry underscores the depth of his existential crisis and his final thoughts on life and death. The shedding of the soul is the last attachment before it restarts. Tell me more about Avicii's general entries throughout the years. Pointed an intimate look into his mental health struggles. Tim. Avicii's journals reveal his ongoing battle with anxiety, which was exacerbated by his career. He often felt overwhelmed by the demands of his job, leading to performance anxiety. Depression was marked by feelings of disconnection from the world around him as he grappled with existential questions about life and happiness. 2011, he expressed to his manager that he felt like he was going to faint every day due to the stress of his tour schedule, indicating his early struggles with anxiety and substance use as coping mechanisms. Hmm. In 2012, at age 22, he was hospitalized with acute pancreatitis due to excessive alcohol use. Recommended sobriety for at least 6 months, but he continued to drink and was prescribed oxycodone for pain, leading to further substance abuse, and was prescribed oxycodone for pain, leading to further substance abuse. His journals from this period reflect his difficulty in accepting sobriety, writing, I had a hard time accepting never drinking again, though strongly suggested from all doctors to wait at least a year before even having a beer. Of course, I didn't listen to the majority of the doctors. I listened to the couple who said it was okay if I was careful. I had a hard time accepting never drinking again, though strongly suggested from all doctors to wait at least a year before even having a beer. Of course, I didn't listen to the majority of the doctors. I listened to the couple who said it was okay if I was careful. Rehab and recovery. Journals from his time in rehab in Ibiza reveal his introspection. Wow, he was in a rehab in Ibiza. Reveal his introspection and the challenges he faced in confronting his addiction. He wrote about the need for logical explanations to understand his condition, stating, it needed to be explained to me very logically and caveman esque for me to truly understand its nature and how it was harming me. Hmm. He wrote about the need for logical explanations to understand his condition, stating it needed to be explained to me very logically and cavemanesque for me to truly understand its nature and how it was harming me. He seemed to have a new outlook on life, engaging in meditation, reading about the collective unconscious, and adopting a puppy. However, his struggles with mental health persisted. Writings reflect his existential questioning with entries like, what if everyone around me is just a projection in my mind? Sometimes I just think these things about how nothing really matters. This indicates a profound sense of disorientation and existential angst. His final journal entry, written the day before, the shedding of the soul is the last attachment before it restarts. In an effort to find peace and clarity, Avicii turned to meditation, sometimes spending entire days. Deep meditation could lead to enlightenment and happiness, reflecting his ongoing search for meaning and a way to manage his mental health. So he thought, hmm, he very early on figured out that this is not good for him, like touring, stress, anxiety. And also, we need to look into business machine. He talks about this business machine is not for him, right here. He felt the music industries was not suited for his sensitive nature. Yeah, we'll look into that as well. The demands, hmm, the demands of his tour schedule were overwhelming. It feels like I'm going to faint every single day now, and not just today and this tour, but from about the first time I mentioned that I felt worn out pretty regularly, but I push it back down and chose not to bring it up because there's nothing I can do about it. Severe anxiety and stress he experienced due to his hectic lifestyle. Real a sense of disconnection from the world around him. What if everyone around me is just a projection in my mind? Sometimes I just think these things about how nothing really matters. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like when you achieve that kind of success where you are known by the world, everybody knows you. You have to work hard, you have to perform for everybody. The same thing because you have already generated the hit. You just have to do it all over again. And whatever you want just happens to you. Wherever you want to go, it just happens to you. It kind of breaks your frame. It kind of changes how you think. What if everyone around me is just a projection in my mind? Sometimes I just think these things about how nothing really matters. Existential questioning and mental toll of his career, retirement. I know I'm blessed to be able to travel all around the world and perform, but I have too little left for the life of a real person behind the artist. But I have too little left for the life of a real person behind the artist. He expressed a desire to focus on his personal life and explore other interests, indicating that the constant touring had left him with little time for himself. His family's statement after his death highlighted that he was not made for the business machine he found himself in, suggesting that the pressures of fame and the music industry were at odds with his sensitive nature. Hmm. He wrote about his hospital stays being the most anxiety and stress free days he could remember, indicating the relief he felt away from the pressures of performing. Tell me more about the business machine that he's talking about. Hmm. This is very interesting. Like, was he being forced? Didn't he have power on saying no for his sensitive, introspective nature, which clashed with the high pressure environment of the music industry? Who loved his fans but shunned the spotlight? Who loved his fans but shunned the spotlight? His introverted personality and deep introspection made the constant public attention and the demands of fame particularly challenging for him. Seeker, constantly searching for answers to existential questions about life, happiness, and meaning. This philosophical quest was at odds with the relentless pace of the music industry, which often prioritizes commercial success over personal well being. Expectation for artists to perform at a high level consistently, especially in the electronic dance music scene, was overwhelming for Avicii. He felt pressured by both his management and fans to continue touring despite his known health issues and struggles with fame, alcoholism, and likely depression. Revealed how his management and booking agency pushed him to play more shows even when he expressed concerns about his health. He told them, I won't be able to play anymore. I'm going to die. Announced retirement, stating, again, he was really young. He was 26. He was 26. He was being pushed. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to say. But finally, he did say, finally, he did retire. To find a balance in life, to be happy and continue making music. He acknowledged that the decision might seem odd to some, but emphasized that it was the right choice for him. The pressures of the industry exacerbated Avicii's mental health issues, including anxiety and depression. His substance abuse, particularly alcohol and opioids, was a coping mechanism for these struggles, further complicating the relationship with the industry. Highlighted the need for better support systems for artists, acknowledging that the industry's business machine can be detrimental to sensitive and creative souls like Avicii. Hmm. Okay, that's a stream. Thank you.